Truman needs to know what's next.
The first one, the high heel.
You have to want to know, okay? Do it again.
So quiet up and listen down.
We share a certain history.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done.
I'm coming for it all.
He's not gonna stop.
It's all about
Family!
I'm done running.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm of course your host, Mega Mike the Movie Man. We have an awesome fun stream planned for you all tonight. We are celebrating the second annual The Poplars Award Show. Yes, this is where we recognize the most popular movies of 2023. Unlike the Oscars, where it's usually more art house and prestigious films, we cover the popular ones, the movies people actually saw. So this is going to be super fun. We have different categories for you all tonight. How the show is going to work, though, is I'm going to bring out this amazing academy. We got to introduce the academy tonight. This academy is awesome. You're going to recognize these faces, some of them, and I can't wait to bring them out. They're going to say what they liked about 2023 for the movies that came out this year. They're also going to go ahead and let you know what categories they're representing tonight, what they nominated for, because that's how this was decided. And then after we get through introductions, we're then going to go ahead and go to our categories. We're going to list through the nominations. We're going to hand out awards, little trophies for them. And then by the end, we'll get to the final round. And the final round, we're just going to kind of promote what's going on our upcoming channels, anything we're looking forward to in the new year. And this is going to be absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Let's see, just to remind you guys, a couple things. If you love movies, just like us on this amazing academy, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe. Comment in celebration of 2023. What were your favorite popular movies of the year? Unlock thank you videos through super chats. We have some giveaways as well. And then, of course, if you would like to help choose future live stream topics or video topics, consider some memberships out there. But let's get right away rolling to this. Let's see who we're going to bring out first tonight. Let's go with Fish. How are we doing out there, Fish?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. So good to see you again. I always feel like it's been a long time, but I know it hasn't. I feel like we had to have had a stream like a month ago or something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It really hasn't been that long. I mean, it may seem that way, but no, I've been on recently, and thank you for having me again. This one was fun. So I'm excited to see what won in every category. So
I love this year tonight too. You're representing.
Yes, yeah. Popular, like one of the most popular movies of 2018 there. Yeah, Infinity War. So, what I loved about movies this past year there were a lot of epic movies this past year. A lot of long run times, but fantastic movies. But a lot of fun movies as well. Goofy, out there, off the wall, and yeah, that's what I loved about this year. I got my categories I picked were best animated, most popular animated, and cinematography. So I hope people enjoyed the options I picked for them.
Oh yeah, you had some great nominations, I must say. Mostly everything you nominated got some kind of vote, so there we go. That means they're good choices, and man, I can't wait for you to reveal the winners. Oh, so many good movies in there, but I can't wait to see the winner. Let's go ahead and continue bringing out this amazing academy. Let's see who is next up. Let's go with another veteran of the Poplars right here, Tony. No stranger to the Poplars. How we doing out there, Tony?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Of course, I had to have you come back. You were on the first annual Poplars. We needed you on the second annual Poplars. So how'd you feel about this year for movies? Were you pretty pumped with what we got?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of great movies during this past year. Some not so great. I did get to see a lot of them in the theater. Some of the popular movies that people liked, I didn't really care for.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
There were a lot that I did. I really enjoyed a lot. So my categories this year is for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. And so I think we had some really great performances out there, and just looking forward to seeing who all wins tonight.
Oh yeah, and I really liked your nominations as well because they were so different. A lot of different movies in there, a lot of different genres. So that was a good mixture of choices. Absolutely.
Thanks.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out. Of course, we gotta have. Let's see. I got Terrell.
Hey!
Terrell, how are we doing at the party now? How are you doing out there?
Great, not too bad. Thanks for having me. It's been a while, and I'm excited. 2023 had some good movies all across genres, so I'm excited to see what's been picked in people's nominations. And I got Best Female Supporting Actress. Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. So I'm excited to get into these movies.
Yeah, and I like your choices too. I know you leaned a little bit more towards the horror movies, but you have to. I know you're a horror.
Yeah, Scream 6.
You got to do it.
Shirt.
That's a cool looking shirt. That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh man, but I'm glad to see movies like Scream 6 get some love because that was a movie that came out earlier in the year, and sometimes award shows forget about those kind of movies later on. So happy to see it represented tonight. So that's gonna be awesome. We'll see how it did.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Let's go ahead and bring out Excelsior.
Hey, everybody.
How are we doing out there?
Oh, doing great. And so tonight I'm doing a director and best editing, which I actually love those categories. I picked kind of last or later on, but I actually like directing and editing it. So that I was like a perfect storm there. But yeah, I'm definitely a moviegoer. I collect physical media obviously, but I love seeing movies in a theater. First run, that's where I love to see it first, and then if I love a movie, I'll buy it on physical and want to rewatch it. It's definitely my thing. I know Mike's a big moviegoer. I know Tony's a huge moviegoer as well. So, to me, that's where it starts for me. And then I have to buy it later if it's something I really love. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this for sure. And so, thanks everybody for having me tonight.
Yeah, I know the challenge we had, Steve, was thinking about the nominees, and because we see so many movies. We have to distinguish though. It's like, okay, it's the popular awards. What were the popular ones? Because sometimes we start thinking the critically acclaimed movies. I'm like, wait, no, the Oscars are already recognizing those. We got to stick to the popular. When we see so many movies, sometimes it just becomes a blur. So I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's go ahead and bring out Tracy, Nerdy Film Girl. How we doing out there?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a crazy movie year, I feel like. The Oscar nominations, I feel like it's like one of the first years where there's no filler nominations. It's like how many movies could we actually fit into that 10 Best Picture nomination? It was difficult because everything was so great. And then, with the popular ones or like the blockbuster hits, you had a lot that were disappointments for people, but then the ones that really shined were like back to basics. Filmmaking and great writing, and I think that says a lot, and I think the people know that, and I'm excited to see what happens in the future with blockbusters moving forward. My two categories were screenplay as well as visual effects, so I'm excited to go through all of this with you. It's a really interesting year.
Agreed.
Good point about the flopbusters out there this year. That was definitely not expected for some of these high profile movies. And so with making these categories, I even had to think, I'm like, oh, normally in a year where The Flash comes out or Shazam 2, usually those superhero movies would make tons of money. I can nominate them. But I'm like, no, I can't nominate them. I can't do it. They did not live up to expectations, so they don't count for populars, which is so weird. Like you would not expect that. But
I haven't even seen those yet.
See, they weren't popular enough. That's exactly. The only one that could get nominated was Guardians. That was the only one.
Oh, that was great though.
Oh yes, that one's great.
That one was amazing.
Yes, we all love that one.
All right, and then let's go ahead and bring out almost the last, but Last American Girl. How are we doing?
Hi.
Great. Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
The Last American Girl. First of all, how do you think movies went just in general this year, and what categories did you nominate for?
Okay, so as not the resident movie person, I was very excited to put in the popular vote here with all of you experts on the topic. However, a couple of the ones that I nominated this year, and because of the strikes and everything that was going on in the promotions, a lot of the movies that I did get a chance to go see ended up being a lot of indie films and lesser known films. So I think it was just a tough year for popular movies. But I was definitely able to enjoy kind of the artistic films and all that. So it was a fantastic year for movies, I think. And as I said, not the resident movie person, but your resident music and concert goer. So my categories are music and sound.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna choose those because I'm like, you're the music person. You see so many concerts, you go to these events. Those were the perfect categories for you. So I'm excited. You picked some good nominations too. So
I'm glad.
Wins. All right, and then kind of, I guess, a surprise mystery guest. I didn't know was going to be on here until like 5 minutes ago, but no stream is complete without this person. Oh, look, you there?
The award goes to... Oh, sorry. The last, you just take a nap. Well, everybody, I kind of feel like Harrison Ford at the Oscars. You never know who's quite coming out at the end to give the big award. I guess that's me. So yeah,
yes,
I get to do the most popular movies. I'm stoked about that. And you guys have said it all. I mean, you've nailed it. All the good things. All about the shocking populars that weren't super popular, and then back to basics. Like you get a comedy like Barbie being huge, and then you get like an unexpected video game movie. Usually those aren't that big, and that was big. So there was just tons of surprises, a lot of good stuff near the end for the drama, as it always happens. I've been catching a lot of stuff. I like that we're getting some stuff that we can stream at the same time. So if you can't make it out to the theater, because mine, I still can't find Poor Things around me. So so I'll see that.
And another good thing is the fact that a lot of these are getting physical releases right after they have their theatrical release. So it's good that we're getting them so quickly.
But sometimes it's too quick. I'm like, I want to see the holdovers in theaters. And it was only at a theater for like a week. I didn't get to it. Now I have to go get the Blu-ray.
They did the same thing with Saltburn. I feel like.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah, I was gonna say that's how I felt about Saltburn. It was in my theater for 1 week, and then
I was like, we never had it in ours.
I missed it.
Yeah, I'm hoping they come back during, it gets closer to the Oscar week. Sometimes Regal will be like, oh, hey, the Oscar-nominated movies get another 8 a.m. day release.
Mine just did. My Regal just the one I work at just did. Brought back holdovers. We didn't have Poor Things to begin with, but we got Poor Things now, so I'm excited. I'm gonna go see that.
Yes.
But yeah, American Fiction, we didn't have that, so they brought that, so that was cool. So I'm gonna check that one out. So yeah,
I saw.
I like when they do that. Love when they do that.
I can finally see the zone of interest in March. Regal said so. We'll see.
Just like right before the Oscars.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, I have like a 17-screen AMC. That's where I saw like Poor Things and Holdovers, and saw Anatomy of a Fall yesterday. So yeah, some of those movies are coming back.
Oh, good.
Oscar nominated.
Okay.
So I saw Anatomy of a Fall is obviously not a popular, but it's one that I want to check out. So my AMC like has everything in it. I saw Poor Things like opening weekend. Well, it was brought out usually like indie theaters, and then it was brought out to the the AMCs and Regal and that kind of stuff later. But yeah, so I got to see it, and I was surprised that I saw it where it was, because it wasn't like an area that would have huge box office necessarily for indie type films, but it did pretty well there though.
That's awesome.
I heard that was a good one. I haven't seen Poor Things yet, but I do want to see that. I heard
I'm obsessed with that movie.
Oh, really? Nice.
It's something. It is definitely something.
I saw it last Tuesday, and I.
Sorry. You didn't like it, Tony?
No.
Why?
Not in 4K.
It wasn't for me.
I felt the same way about Saltburn, Tony. I was like,
oh, I love Saltburn. That movie was great.
I didn't like Saltburn. Oh my
I
God.
did.
Poor Things is 10 levels above that. So.
Speaking of popular, anybody else notice that Wizard of Oz was put in the theaters over the weekend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, for its anniversary. I think I'm gonna go check it out Wednesday.
Oh, is it
All
still
right.
in? It was just a one day
I
thing.
think one more day, Sunday and then Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you guys ready to get to some awards here?
Oh, let's go, y'all.
Ooh, okay, let's go. Let's see. We got our first category up for tonight. Best popular animated movie. So best popular animated movie. Fish, if you could kind of read the nominees off just a little bit slowly.
Actually, I was go one by one. The first one, I just went throughout the year. So the first one that came out was Super Mario Brothers. I nominated that one. First off, I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. I nominated it because it just gave me all the nostalgia of growing up in the 80s and playing these video games. Because, you know, there are plenty of Mario games. So I love that. The Easter eggs from everything, everywhere, that was last year, right? Everything, everywhere, all at once, right? That was last year, right? But you know what I mean? Just it was fantastic. I really enjoyed that one a lot. So that's why I nominated Super Mario Brothers. The second one I nominated was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I nominated this one because, of course, it was popular. It also came with the same stylized animation that we loved in the first one. Right. I thought it was fantastic looking. I did enjoy all the Easter eggs from all the multiverse across that. I did think it was a little long, but I did enjoy it. Spoilers. You want to plug your ears? Anyone? Spoilers. If you haven't seen it yet, with the ending, the way they ended it, they could have ended it a little sooner and still had a cliffhanger, and still, left us with something. Wanting more, but didn't have to go on for so long. I don't know, but that was my only gripe about it. But I still enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Third, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This also, once again, had a unique animation style that I really, really enjoyed. Love the voice actors. The turtles sounded like teens because they were kids, so that was a lot of fun. Jackie Chan as Splinter, Ice Cube, Superfly, Seth Rogen, Bebop, John Cena as Rocksteady. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Ninja Turtles. And then lastly, I nominated The Boy and the Heron. Actually, I'm not a big anime guy, so I asked some friends, I was like, what were your favorite animated movies this year? And a lot of them had this at the top of their list. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, apparently it was a lot of my friends because they like anime. So that was very popular amongst my friends. So, and we had it at the theater and it did pretty decent. So, yeah. Those were my nominations for Best Animated. And the winner was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That one was long, but I think it was great. Oh, Mickey Mouse. Look at you, Merlin.
Fantasia award there.
Very
Best
nice.
Animated.
I love that.
Popular.
Very cool. Awesome.
Sorry, Terrell, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I like that movie a lot. I think the animation was great, like you said. The acting, I think, was great, the voice acting. And I do think it was long, but I don't know. All those Easter eggs and stuff, it made me still want more when I was sitting there watching that movie. So I loved it, and I can't wait for the next one. They did cut it where I was like, fuck, this is the end? Like, I want to see what's going to happen next. So, yeah, I get you.
No, I did. I love the cliffhanger aspect of it. I really did. But, I mean, there were other parts earlier that they could have cut it, and it still would have had that same effect, you know?
Yeah, I get your point, Fish. With being a part one and it was still super long.
Yeah.
You wonder the next part, is that going to be like 3.5 hours? Like what?
I hope not.
As a music lover, I am obsessed with punk and I'm obsessed with Hobie Brown.
Yes.
Who is that?
Hobie Brown, the Spider Punk.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I see it. Okay. He's awesome. Yep.
All
Yeah, I
right.
was just gonna say real quick, I love that you nominated Ninja Turtles because I feel like it felt so much more grounded in what the turtles are because I'm horrified from the Michael Bay, like the way they made the turtles look, and they actually look like what cute kids this time, you know?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. They went from, how they were discovered and, growing up and like babies and
Yeah.
queens and, until teenagers. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one.
I thought the Turtles was a really fresh movie. It looked fantastic. Like I had as much fun looking at that as Spider-Verse.
Yep.
But
Oh, yeah.
I just when people think winner, they always lean towards Spider-Man, I think. But I think Turtles was if that would have won, I'd have been just as happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was a really fun movie. Looked great. And voice talent was stupendous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next category up, we got Best Supporting Actor for a popular movie. So this is going to be over to Tony.
Yes. So for the best supporting actors, I nominated Donnie Yen from John Wick Chapter 4.
Right.
I thought he had a great character. I loved what he did. The action scenes, being blind, it kind of brought a little bit of a more, I want to say comedy, because to me, I found some of that to be really amazing to me, of how a blind guy could do all the things that he was doing. Because I can do all that and I can see, it was pretty amazing. Skeet Ulrich in Scream 6. I thought that was great that they brought him back yet again, and I enjoyed seeing him. Another one I had is Javier Bardem from The Little Mermaid, playing. So if I kind of enjoyed The Little Mermaid live action. I thought they did a really good job of expanding that world in live action, and I thought he made a great King Triton. So I nominated him, and then lastly, I nominated Hugh Grant from Wonka. I thought he did a really good Wonka. I mean, my wife and I went and saw Wonka in the theaters around the holidays, and we loved it. We were so surprised about how well
I love it too, actually.
And just having the one little Oompa Loompa focused on was a lot easier to deal with than it was from the classic with all that music and all that singing. I thought Hugh Grant did great. So those were my selections. And the winner for the best supporting actor goes to Donnie Yen.
There you go.
Hey, that was a good one.
What did Donnie Yen win?
And he wins the little...
Oh, the Minion.
Yes.
He won't be able to see it, but it's here.
Hey, you never know. He may show up at your doorstep and be like, "Where's my minion at?"
Yes, if he does, if he comes to my doorstep, I'm going to run and hide.
Yeah, that doorbell scene where he set them all up, like the motion sensor doorbells to know where everyone was. I thought that was
that was very smart, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, such a good movie. And that wasn't getting that much love at the Oscars.
No.
I don't think John Wick 4 got nominated for anything. Man. See, that's why we put on this award show. Gotta recognize John Wick 4. So good.
It was great. It's a good
They
movie.
need a stunt category, and they haven't done that yet. It should have gone to John Wick 4 as the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next category, we got Best Supporting Actress for a Popular Movie. So over
it's
to
my turn.
Terrell. Yes.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But I'm going with best popular supporting actress. So what I picked was the first one I picked was Viola Davis in The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Now, I love Viola Davis. This is a powerhouse actress. This woman, she was so ruthless, crazy. She plays a really good villain in this movie. I don't know if y'all seen this. I like The Hunger Games. This is a solid prequel in my opinion. And I had a couple friends and people that I knew that watched this 2 and 3 times. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in this too that we can get into later. But I loved her in this. She was crazy, sinister, and ruthless, and that's why I chose her. Next up, number 2 is Natalie Portman in May, December.
Yeah.
This one came out a little bit later in the year, but I feel like both these ladies did an amazing job in this movie. The monologues, the acting, powerhouse actresses again, Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman. But I like this movie a lot. So I picked her. You know, Natalie Portman's amazing. And number 3 is Jenny Ortega in Scream 6.
Yes.
Okay. Jenny Ortega is like the new it girl for everything. Like she's in Beetlejuice coming out. You got people trying to get her on Buffy. She's in Wednesday. This girl is booked and busy, but she had time for Scream 6 and she was great. I loved her in Scream 5. I didn't care for Sam at that time, but I like Sam in this one. We can get to Scream 6 another day, but she was amazing in this, and we ain't gonna see her again. But moving on. The 4th person is Alyssa Sutherland from Evil Dead Rise. So I'm a horror fan, so that's why Alyssa horror. But Alyssa Sutherland's played the. Look at her. She look crazy as hell. Look at that nose. She is crazy in this movie. I was scared of this woman. And they were stuck in a hotel or in their little apartment. I could not. And she played the hell out of that role. That bathtub, her in that little doorknob staring up in there like, oh, open the door. Fuck you. No, I'm not opening that door. So, girl. So that's why I picked her, because she scared the fuck out of me, and she played the hell out of that role. She looked like that without the makeup. She's a scary woman. So, out of all those, the winner, and let me tell y'all, this is very, 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 very close. It was between 2 people, and the winner was Jenny Ortega.
Yes.
And she was just a few points above Viola Davis. So let's get her award now. Let me show y'all what she won. She got something good. Let me show you. Oh, she got one of these.
Wow.
Yes, Jenny Ortega. This is for you, girl. So this is a golden whatever this is. And this is for Jenna. All right. Thanks, y'all.
That is awesome. That is.
I love it.
That's way better than my little star I have. We won't need that anymore.
Thank you.
Okay.
Terrell, I'm so happy you nominated Natalie Portman, and like that monologue at the end, and then like I'm no spoilers, but there's like a specific incident with Charles Melton, and when the way she stares at him and says, "Well, that's what adults do," and it was just like, I mean, it like she's so slimy, but you like her, and then you're like, oh, she's kind of effed up, and then so good.
There's a lot of that in that movie too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a graphic scene in that movie too. Wow.
But this was a streaming movie, right?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we let that one pass through because for streaming titles, it actually seemed pretty popular. Like I heard
it was,
talking about that movie that I usually don't hear talk about movies. So I'm like, okay, we'll count that one.
Yep.
More popular streaming title. I still need to see it though. So
you do.
That's the one here I have not yet seen. So I'm gonna see it soon. All right, next up. Got best music for a popular movie. So music, it can be the score, it can be the soundtrack, just any amazingness you hear in a movie. So Last American Girl, what do we got nominated?
Okay, I've got a little Oscar here. I won,
I
I won Best Actress in middle school.
Oh,
Okay, so my nominations for music, as we've discussed, I'm the music person, and a lot of soundtracks were just fantastic this year. My first nominee was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
Although many of us agreed that it wasn't as good as the first 2 soundtracks, it still held up. And one of the most memorable things I remember about the soundtrack here is Florence Welch, when she went to go see it with her family and she saw her scene where her song was playing, she was in tears. Again, I think it just kind of wrapped everything about that movie together. My next one, and this one I asked Mike about it because it is getting a lot of awards, Barbie, but the soundtrack was it was just one of my favorites this year. Like
Billie Eilish
has it on vinyl. Billie Eilish, incredible. So although it is getting some recognition, I still wanted to bring it up with the populars because I mean it's something
popular.
It's probably the most popular of the
movie of the year. I think box office wise.
Box office, yeah.
Box office wise.
It had to be here.
Yeah. And my next one, it was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. As I already mentioned, the Spider-Punk and just the way that the music made the entire story flow. I always love it when movies do that. I'm a very sound oriented person, and I think this one was really it. And finally, I had the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Because I love Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And I even got my little envelope here.
Oh, I love it.
And the award goes to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume.
Hey, that's good. Okay.
They win the original Awesome Mix Volume 1 from the first movie.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you got the cassette. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Nice. Love it.
That's what they win.
I'm so happy Guardians won something. Yay! Thank goodness.
I'm so glad you nominated Spider-Verse because Daniel Pemberton got snubbed because they gave John Williams a nomination this year, which is just still I can't get over that one. But thank you for nominating across the universe.
Yeah, I feel animation does not get a lot of love just in general, besides their own animated category. Some of the times they just don't get nominated for much of anything else, unfortunately.
I think they're waiting for the sequel or the part 2, to be honest, to nominate it for other things, which is shouldn't matter,
I know they did that with Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers too. They're like, we'll skip over the middle one. We know a third one's coming out. I'm like, I love the middle one. That was my favorite.
You guys remember when Aladdin came out? This was like the big time you knew that the Oscars didn't recognize animation is when Robin Williams didn't get nominated for like an acting role. That performance owned that movie, and it was all vocal.
Yeah,
nobody else could have done it but him. And I was like, oh, he's got to get at least a supporting nomination. And they were like, no. I'm like, okay, this is messed up. I get that it's just his voice, but it's better than half the people that got picked.
That was my favorite character in that. I remember when I was a kid, I dressed up as the genie for like Halloween or something. That was my favorite character. So the genie.
Is that when your dress up started?
Oh, I know, right? Because I dressed up a lot just because.
Yeah,
but I probably because I was like Power Rangers, I was Ninja Turtles, Team Michelangelo. But yeah, that's where my little dress up stuff I guess started. Yeah, young age.
And we've never stopped.
Yep.
All right. Next category we got best cinematography for a popular movie.
Nice.
Oh, this one.
And maybe go ahead and explain what cinematography is for people that don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, cinematography is the way a movie is shot, the visual of it all, basically. How it appeals to the eye, how it's shot. Yes, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty quick, layman's kind of quick. Yeah, I looked it up because I wanted to, but it just left me, and I was like, okay, what exactly did it say? I can't remember, but yes, that's basically what it. Yeah, how a film is shot, and the visual look of it all. So, so starting off the beginning of the year, the first nominee I chose was John Wick, Chapter 4. So yeah, all the Wick movies before this one had great action and great cinematography, but the fight sequence, I believe, in Osaka Continental is what sealed the deal for me. That thing was gorgeous. It was the lighting and everything about it was fantastic. That's what solidified the nomination for that one for me.
Yeah,
so I really enjoyed it.
If it was to get an Oscar nomination, I thought cinematography, you got to do John Wick for cinematography. I mean, that movie looks gorgeous. All the different landscapes, all the places they go, from the desert to the Arch of Triomphe in Paris. I'm like, come on, how does this not have a cinematography nomination? But man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what I thought. If it would have gone anywhere, it would have gone in there. Next up, I chose Barbie. This visually, it was gorgeous, bright, vibrant colors, beautiful landscapes. Yeah, that's why I chose this one. It just looked fantastic. It looked like it could be a real place. So that's why I chose Barbie. Next up to wrap up Barbenheimer, I chose Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I actually haven't sat down and watched this completely. I work at the theater, so I get a chance to like stand in the back sometimes and watch. But what I saw of it looked fantastic. I cannot wait to sit down and actually check it out. But I know it's more of one of the popular movies of this year. And from what I saw, it looked gorgeous. So that's why I chose Oppenheimer. And lastly, this one came out of nowhere at the end of the year. Like lightning, Saltburn, I chose. What can I say about this one? Other than it was shot beautifully, camera angles, the fact that it was shot in 4:3, did not take away at all from the beauty of the settings. So for me, I didn't even notice when I watched it at home on Prime because I missed it in the theater. I didn't even notice that it was bars on the side. So that's how much I was engaged in that movie.
Yep.
So the winner is Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, y'all.
What did
It's too
Oppenheimer
long.
win?
So Oppenheimer for the gorgeous, visually stunning camera work. They get a pair of sunglasses to block from the
Yeah, that's so funny.
to block from the nuclear explosions there that they
That's all you'll need. If there's a nuclear showdown, that's all you need right there.
Right?
And Fish, Rodrigo Prieto, that did Barbie, also did Killers of the Flower Moon. So he's having one hell of a year.
Yep.
Oh yes. Okay. So I forgot that Mike said something about honorable mentions, and that was one of my honorable mention for Killers of the Flower Moon. Of course, shot here in Oklahoma, just about an hour away from where I live. So yeah, we have some beautiful landscapes out here. So it is hilly. People think it's more flat. That's more Kansas up north. But, anyways. But yes, gorgeous movie as well. I really enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, I'm definitely not shocked though by the Oppenheimer win. It's like the first year where a critically acclaimed movie and a popular movie lines up. It's like everybody loved this movie. Besides me, I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. And if it is the win something, the visuals absolutely. So
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Excelsior, you got the 4K that like sold out.
That sold out in a hot
There you
second,
go.
Steve.
Yeah.
It sure did.
Very, very valuable now. See.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got one there
Oh,
for
you got it too,
Look
huh?
at that.
Yeah, you guys all got the Oppenheimer.
Come through.
See, I'm like I liked watching it the one time in the theater because you had the big sound systems, the big screen. It was an experience. But I'm a little afraid. Does it play the same way at home or even close to it? No, right? Oh,
Yeah.
see, so I'm like, I don't know if I
mean, it's good, yeah.
want to rewatch a 4-hour movie again.
Oh,
At least you can pause it. You can pause it and come back.
Yeah, I could.
Watch it like a TV show.
Yeah,
An
make it
hour at a time.
hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Snyder cut, just section that.
And look,
Were you
the
guys
last
able to-
hour,
Yeah.
the last hour is the courtroom drama. So you just watch the Oppenheimer part for 2 hours, pause, do your thing, come back, watch the other part of the movie. It's like a second movie,
There you
Yeah.
go.
right?
Were you guys able to do Barbenheimer? Where you watch
Yeah,
them
they
both?
did that.
I
Yeah.
watched
I
Barbie.
didn't do it in the same day. I don't.
Not the
If
same
you
day,
could do
yeah.
that in the same day, congratulations! Because there's no way I did it
Have
2
to.
separate days.
Oppenheimer
That's what I ended up. That's what I
Me and
ended
a
up
couple of
doing,
friends.
and that's probably why I did not enjoy. I had a rough time with both films that
Oh,
bad theater
Yeah.
experience, and then going from one to the other.
yeah.
It was just too much.
Yeah, I can't do that
Yeah.
anymore.
You know,
Yeah, because that's like a 7-hour endeavor right there with
it was an all day
the wait
thing.
time, the trailers. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
We watched Oppenheimer in the morning, then we went to dinner, and then we went back and dinner and drinks, and we got
Oh, drinks. You had me with that.
Yeah.
Barbie and then do Oppenheimer in the morning. Absolutely.
Yeah, Oh yeah, the other way would be rough. Barbie
No.
and Oppenheimer, that would not play.
I fall asleep.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you gotta do Barbie second.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. What are we on to next? We got best visual effects for a popular movie.
Yes, that's me, I think.
All right.
Yes, it is. So the first film that I nominated was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think that out of all of the Marvel films that we've seen recently, the visual effects were really well done, especially all the stuff with Rocket and his friends. I mean, that stuff was just, fantastic. Yeah. And I love that James Gunn kept posting on Instagram, like the behind the scenes of all the test shots and all that. And there was so much effort and care put into it, which they don't normally get, I feel like, or they haven't done with a lot of Marvel films recently. So that was really nice. Second was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And I feel like, I know it's weird to do an animated film with visual effects, but I guess it does apply there. And it's been, it's been nominated in the guilds and stuff for that. And I think like it turned up the notch to 11 of what you got in the first movie. And really just, again, made with care. I know those visual effects people were burnt out and there was that whole scandal with this film, but regardless, it looked great. Wonka, I felt deserved it as well. I was kind of very skeptical going into the Wonka movie because I love the Gene Wilder one so much, and I felt like it was a really nice prequel. It kept the heart, and I felt like, well, if this is a prequel, he's not going to be as like zany and loony and like kind of sadistic as he is in the Gene Wilder version. And there were those like little wink winks, and I felt like they really captured the magic really well. It was kind of like, what if it's the 1970, I don't remember what year it is, like, the 70s version. What if they had the graphics and the capabilities to create all of this magical chocolate and things like that? So I did do that, and especially also with Hugh Grant, they all that was done really well. And then finally, John Wick Chapter 4, and I didn't realize this. It was actually Max, my boyfriend, that told me, because he watched the whole thing on it. Everything was not shot really on location, and all of the guns were CGI, and like everything was essentially fake for a lot of it, and you had no idea. It was so seamless. So I definitely wanted to put that there for sure. And I guess I shall say the winner. They get a little mini Oscar that I got at an Oscar party, and it goes to Spider-Man Across the... Oh, no, I'm so sorry. This is like the La La Land Moonlight.
Oh my God, Steve Harvey. What's happening? She's Steve Harvey'd it.
Well, 33% and 32%. It was super, super close between John Wick and Spider-Man. So it is actually going to John Wick Chapter 4.
John Wick is sleeping, y'all.
Yeah.
That was a close one, though. I'm like, oh, neck and neck, who's gonna win?
Yeah.
But that's amazing. I didn't know that was all visually done in John Wick. You would have never known. I'm like, they went to every location. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Plus, nobody could get hurt by the guns and the sword fights. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at next category here. We have back to Tracy again. Best screenplay.
Oh, okay.
Oh my. Okay.
Back
Yes.
to back.
So best screenplay. It's actually quite a few similar choices, but again, first one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think the emotional response we all got from Rocket's backstory was incredible, and you could tell that was James Gunn's like favorite character. He's always said like he had a favorite protagonist, and it was revealed in the third one. All of that just was so heartfelt, and that whole thing about when he goes up to see Lila in heaven, or essentially, and that that conversation they have is really nice. Plus, like everyone coming to an end, it was like a really nice closure, and I feel like that's hard to do sometimes when you've had these characters that are epic and we all know them and how they kind of take different paths. I thought that was really well done. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I do think that cliffhanger was like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I couldn't believe what was happening, and it was a good reveal, and then everything else involved with it, I just absolutely loved. So that had to be on there. Oppenheimer, I put on here. It's the first script that I have seen that was written in the first person. If you guys ever see copies of the script, or if you buy the book from like Barnes and Noble, it is all written as like, I walk to the window and Kitty's looking at me. And it's like, it's really interesting. And it just shows you that like he really wanted to just be from Oppenheimer's perspective, which I think some of the criticisms of the film of not showcasing the Japanese people and things like that, I think it is because it was just supposed to be totally just his experience.
Right.
But really interesting script. And then the final one was Talk to Me. And I think Talk to Me was one of the best horror films I've seen in a long time. And I think that the way horror films are always kind of like an allegory for other things, and this one definitely was dealing with addiction and letting go and grief and things like that. And there were so many things intertwined there, and I just thought that it was really, really well written. So I had to put that in there as well. Oh yes, and the winner goes to Oppenheimer. So congratulations, Oppenheimer.
Nice.
Oppenheimer, John Wick 4, duking it out.
Yeah, they are. They're getting this sweep and everything, y'all.
Yeah, that Oppenheimer story, man, such a long story. I'm like, can you cut out a little bit of the story?
3 hours.
But it makes sense though with what the title was. It really was an Oppenheimer movie. It was a kind of just a biography on Oppenheimer. And I kind of went in not knowing that. I'm like, okay, are they going to talk more about the Manhattan Project and do the fallout with the atomic bombs? But no, they were straight up with what the title was. I should have known better.
Just like Barbie was about Barbie, right?
I don't know what that movie was about. I'm still trying to think on that one.
Nobody would have warned me before I went in.
All right, awesome. Okay, next up we got Best Sound for a Popular Movie.
That's me. Got my award again. Okay. Let's see. Who did I nominate for this one? Okay, so this was a good year for sound, I feel, because it really, again, it always helps with the transgressions of the movie. It helps make it flow. And one of the most incredible ones to hear in theaters to me was Gran Turismo. And it was such an exciting film, and the sound of it, like the cars, everything. I loved it for its sound and its story, of course. And it was just an all-around very good movie that I enjoyed, and especially with the popularity of the Formula One and everything that was going on this year, I wanted to nominate it. My next one was Godzilla -1.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
With this one, this is I nominate the sound because there isn't usually movies that do so well in its original language. That language barrier did not exist for me as I was watching. I felt the emotions, I felt the sounds, the music, just everything. Like it really was something else. And again, it was because of the sound that kind of made it flow. My next one was Five Nights at Freddy's. This one was a horror movie for Mike. But what was interesting about this one is that even in the original games, it's the music that kind of is the sound that psychs you out, that makes horror movies what they are. They kind of creep up on you, and then all of a sudden there's the big music scene that kind of sets the mood. And I think this one did a good job at kind of getting you into the feeling of it. And then for my final one, I chose Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
As usual, these action-packed movies, they get the again the suspense, of course, the opening credits with the sounds, the bangs, the explosions, everything. This one did such a good job in making you feel like you were in it, and that's why I nominated the sound for this one. Okay.
Pretty good.
And now
Oh, they got the envelope.
the award goes to Godzilla minus one.
Oh wow, nice.
What did Godzilla win?
Godzilla wins the Godzilla collection.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it is a collection of 7 films.
Oh my goodness, I haven't seen that one before.
Me
That was
neither.
really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he
Man,
gets to
Last
watch.
American Girl, you be busting out the physical media. Like, that's good. That's what I've never seen. Okay.
I just heard
Yeah.
Tony had the cart. I heard.
Say Godzilla gets to watch his
Tony.
own home movies. Godzilla gets to watch his own home movies.
Right?
There you go.
There you go.
He does-
And I
he
can't
does
wait
like
to add this one to the collection because, like, honestly, it was one of my favorite movies this year.
Yeah, I
Wow.
loved it too.
I haven't seen
good.
it yet.
Well,
You
and
haven't
you know,
seen
some
it yet?
actors don't
So
like to
good.
watch themselves on camera. Godzilla's not one of those actors.
I don't know if it's at your guys' theaters too. The Godzilla minus one got re-released without the color, so black
Minus
and
the
white.
color.
Have you guys seen that one?
Really? I haven't seen
Black
that
and
one.
white. It looks great. Yeah, I sat in when I was working over the weekend and kind of stood in the back and watched a little bit. It looked awesome.
Nice.
With more reason for the sound.
I bawled my eyes out during that movie. Oh my god, I did not know it was so emotional.
Oh, is it sad? Oh, my
Oh,
God.
very emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Terrell-
It's a roller coaster. It's
Yeah, it is a roller
Okay.
coaster.
Okay.
Because it's one of the few monster movies that literally takes its time with the humans. Usually, you
Mhm.
don't care. Like in the Godzilla versus Kong, you could care less whenever a human shows up. Get
Oh
out!
no, I sure didn't.
And that's
Oh,
like
what the
Billy
fight?
Bobby Brown. I love Billy Bobby Brown, but
Yeah.
you don't really care as much on this. You
I
really
didn't.
care. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. I wish this would have got more Oscar recognition. Did it get nominated for? What did it get nominated for? I think
Couple.
something, right?
I want to say sound.
Okay. Yeah, I think it got one nomination. If I
Maybe,
remember.
maybe music. Was it music?
I
Maybe.
think it's visual
At least
effects.
one, yeah.
Was
Uh,
it? Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
it was
like it's visual effects too.
Yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
It was visual effects. Mhm.
$10 million, guys. $10 million, and they made that happen. It's insane.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mhm.
That's wild.
Such good storytelling too. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It made me feel nostalgic for the old Godzilla movies, especially seeing it in black and white. That was awesome.
Yeah. Like the original.
I can't wait to
I'll have
actually
to
sit
go.
down and watch
I'll
the
have
whole
to go
thing.
see it.
All right, next up we got best editing for
Hey.
a popular movie.
Okay.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited. Go
That's
get it.
me.
Yeah, so I was excited. Like I said, I was excited to get this category. Like I love editing. I do too much of it on YouTube. I do way too much editing in my videos, but yeah. So this one, it has a interesting. Oppenheimer had a female editor named Jennifer Lame. That's her name, Lame.
She's
had-
lame. What'd you say?
Oh, yeah. Her last name is Lame. That's
Oh, her oh, I thought you said
That's
she
her
was
real
lame.
name.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
lame,
sorry.
yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
And then the second one, I had Mission Impossible. I had Eddie Hamilton for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Because I love that movie. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. So that
Mhm.
and it's just I think the next one gets released in 2025, I believe. But it's a bit. I think it's like 2.5 hours long. But I love the movie. I thought the action was great. And then obviously the third one here, I've got James Gunn. Oh, I'm sorry. The third one I have Fred Raskin and Greg Diaro for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Obviously, that's my favorite of the Guardians movies, even though I love the first one. I like the music in the second one, but I thought the third one was definitely a mix of
Yeah.
both of those. But definitely the editing was fantastic in that one. And then the fourth one I have Nathan Orloff for John Wick John Wick Chapter 4. Yeah, so I thought he did a great job for that. And the winner is actually
Ooh.
going to be Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer. I've got the R2D2 award.
R2D2. Look at R2D2.
Yeah, so Jennifer Lame, she may win an Oscar for this as well. So fantastic that you get a female editor
Nice.
winning that award. So that'd be great. So yeah, R2D2 award goes to Jennifer Lame. Thank you.
That's pretty sweet.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That was lame.
I really thought he called that girl lame. I was like, oh, Steve.
It's her name, I swear.
Somebody hit it up,
Man, Oppenheimer's cleaning up though.
A little side story. So in school, whenever you got an ID, it was the first letter of your first name and the first three of your last name. So mine was L-A-M-E. So my ID was always lame.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
That's funny.
So I get it. It's good to recognize the lame people of the world.
Great nominations though, Steve, with like Mission Impossible.
Those were
Even though that was another part one that was way too long.
Yeah, it was.
Just right. It was just right.
I loved it. Yeah, I was never bored in that movie, but I have heard a lot of people that said they didn't like it. So
yeah, a lot of people said they didn't like it, so I kind of hesitated on seeing it, but I'm glad I saw it.
But can we agree we don't need any more fights on top of a train? Like we
No, I want 2 trains in part 2. Double the train.
Like side by side. Yeah.
I think
I want to see someone's head get knocked off too from the train tunnel.
Exactly. I mean, it was Speed all over again.
Yeah.
The tunnel. Yeah.
All right. All right. Next category. We're going back to Steve again here for Best Director.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Well, here we go. Yeah, this is a great year for directing as well. But so obviously I had to include Greta Gerwig for Barbie, even though she was snubbed at the Oscars for Best Director. Because when you have a movie that's the best box office of the year, I think you have to include her. Even though I'm not really a huge fan of Barbie, but I liked the movie. It wasn't necessarily one I would necessarily rewatch, but I thought it was brilliant. The marketing for that and Oppenheimer, I thought that was probably the best marketed thing, to have them both come out the same weekend, have 2 huge movies like that at the same time, and encourage people to see both of them. But that was great. But it would have been nice if they would maybe, I don't know if they would have done as well if they hadn't been released the same weekend and been promoted that way. But then also I have Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Another huge movie. Both are neck and neck. Barbie best box office, but Oppenheimer's been re-released 2 or 3 times now. So I thought that was great marketing. And then you have James Gunn. He's not even part of Marvel anymore, and he's a Guardians of the Galaxy. He promotes this Marvel movie after he's been basically let go from Marvel and took over DC. But he had a great movie, and I loved. I think Guardians 3 is my favorite of that franchise. And then obviously the last one is Christopher McQuarrie for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, which I love that movie, and I have it here. Yeah, so definitely I love that movie so much. So definitely Mission Impossible. And the winner is for the R2-D2 award goes to Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer.
Again?
Yeah.
Hey, little Oppenheimers.
So Oppenheimer won again. So yeah, I thought he did a great job, and I think he's going to win best director for the Oscars as well. And I've been watching a lot of his movies here recently, especially his first debut movie is called Following on the Criterion Collection, and you can see some promise there. But his movies are definitely not for everyone. I think that he's got that kind of that style that is very slow paced, like Tenet, but I love like Inception, and I'm glad he's finally getting some of his due now. The Dunkirk is really great too. So his style is not for everybody. The Dark Knight, one of my favorite superhero or comic heroes ever. I thought he did a great job with Dark Knight. But so yeah, Oppenheimer, he's going to win Best Director for I believe for the Oscars as well. But yeah, and this movie I've got on my channel. I've got a Paul Giamatti versus Cillian Murphy. They're kind of they might be winning different awards during the award season, and it's possible Oppenheimer may not win that they may actually have an award go to Paul Giamatti possibly, because he won the Critics' Choice, and Cillian Murphy won for Golden Globe. So you might see that race go back and forth here. So it'd be interesting if Oppenheimer actually does sweep during the Oscars. But I love the movie, and I watch it over and over. So like I said, at home on 4K, this may not necessarily translate as well at home, but still, I thought Christopher Nolan was fantastic as director.
Did you say that you watch it over and over?
I watched it over.
How many times have you watched it now, Steve?
I missed that at Meyer. I couldn't. If you know Meyer, I don't know if you have those on the West Coast, but Meyer, they actually had this, and they rarely ever have any physical media, and they had this on 4K, so I had to buy it there because nobody else had it because it was sold out everywhere because they didn't anticipate people to like this movie as much or wanted to get on physical media as much. So, yeah, I watch it a lot though.
Nice.
Tony's like, how do you do it?
How do you do it?
And it was a rated R
Yeah.
historical biopic that got close to $1 billion. I mean, my goodness, you know?
Man,
wild.
I don't get it. I still don't get it. Like, how is it so popular? That's what I don't get. Like, physicists talking the whole time.
Yeah, I think it's a big, major world event, though. I think it's
Yeah.
it changed the world.
I'm going to give the credit to Barbie, though, a lot of it, for making an event, for making
I
a
do feel like
Barbenheimer.
Barbie helped Oppenheimer more than Oppenheimer helped.
Oh,
Barbie.
way more. Barbie,
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
more help.
Yep.
No
A little
doubt.
bit. Just a little bit.
1000%.
I think it's because for a long time, I think it finally got people excited to go to the movies again, like just the the regular people.
Box office was not extremely strong in 2023. It should have been. There were a lot of good movies out there, but
Yeah.
people chose to stay home and not watch them, wait until physical or streaming happened. And it's kind of a shame, but they missed out on some great movies, and movies are probably spoiled for people that didn't actually see it in the theater originally. That's the place I love to see movies in the theater first, like I said, and then buy them physical and watch them again at home. And that's why I do it.
Yeah. I mean, Nolan was championing the theatrical release and then the physical release, so he was really driving sales with both of those, which was impressive.
Yeah, there's some scenes in the first hour that I think some of the visual effects don't work as well on 4K as they did on the big screen. He tried to change it to where it would fit the 4K format, and I think some of it doesn't translate as well at home. But if you have that experience in the theater, you definitely can appreciate it more at home. I think if you saw it that way the first time.
Okay.
Well, if anybody would know, it would be you, Steve.
That's right.
Yeah, he watches it all the time now.
Right.
He said, I watch it a lot.
That's the one you fall asleep to. It's just
Oh, I'm with you, Mike.
Award for the person who watches having a award for Steve.
all right. Next up, we got best lead actor for a popular movie.
Okay, that's me. So, for the best lead actor in a popular movie, we have these 4 actors. We have Keanu Reeves for John Wick Chapter 4. Of course, we can't have John Wick without Keanu Reeves, right?
Right.
Yep.
We have Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Go get him,
Does
Tom.
I mean, Tom was made for this movie. I've enjoyed every one of them. I hope he keeps doing them until he's 90 years old.
Probably will.
We have
Yeah.
Denzel Washington, The Equalizer 3.
Oh, Denzel.
Yes, The Equalizers are great movies.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. Wow, Denzel played Dracula. He's
I
good.
know.
Then we have Nicholas Holt in Renfield.
Yeah.
There it is.
I
There
thought
you
he did
go.
a really great, fun movie. To me, I thought that Renfield was a great Dracula story, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I've seen it twice. If anybody's never seen this film, definitely check it out. But the most popular movie for the year, for the best actor in a movie is Keanu Reeves, John Wick Chapter 4.
Hey.
Keanu,
Oh, he gets the minions.
let's take a minion with him. Yeah.
I'm thinking I won.
He's so good in that movie. You watch the special features on that and just the training he had to go through to do all that stunt work and choreography. He was at that for months.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what they do next.
Part 5. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
That show they came out with, The Continental, that was boring. Did y'all like that show?
I didn't even try to watch it.
Give it a chance.
First one, I was like, I was done.
Yeah,
I
they don't
couldn't
need
do
to
it.
be doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Keanu in it, man.
But great choices, Tony. Especially with like Mission Impossible as well. You know, Tom Cruise, he does all his stunts. So
Yeah, those movies started. I enjoy. We've seen them all, of course, but they just get better and better and better as they move along. So I think they're just great.
I agree. Yeah.
And then Equalizer 3, Renfield. A lot of people don't mention those movies, so I'm glad you shouted them out. They're good movies. I like both of those.
Yeah, for the third movie, I thought Equalizer 3 was the cinematography for that. It's like they didn't nail it in. I thought Denzel Washington was really great in that role. Again.
All right, next up we got Best Lead Actress for a popular movie.
That's me again. Okay, cool. Let me get this together. I'm so sorry. All right. My turn. All right, guys. So I love my actresses in these movies. I'm a huge horror fan, so I always root for the final girl. That's my thing. But we're gonna get into some movies over 2023. So first up was Julianne Moore with May December.
Yep.
So I talked about this earlier. Again, powerhouse actresses. She was. I have thoughts on her character in this movie. Some of y'all ain't seen it, but y'all need to go watch it. You see what I mean? But yeah, basically, this woman, Julianne Moore, should I spoil this? I can't spoil this. Basically, she's married to a kid, basically. Well, because I don't know if this is a true story or not, but basically she hooked up with the kid when he was like in high school. So she went to jail for a couple of years. She got out, got pregnant by him, and that's the story. And then Natalie comes in to write I guess she's going to be an actress about her story. So basically, Julianne Moore, she plays that character, and it's intense. But anyways, she did great in that role. So that's number one. Number two, it is Margot Robbie. We've been talking about Barbie a lot. Barbie Hammer. Margot Robbie's the perfect Barbie. I know Amy Schumer was supposed to be a Barbie in the past. I was like, oh my God. So I'm glad that she has scheduling conflicts. Yeah, she can go. But I love Margot Robbie. You know, she's known for her Harley Quinns and all this kind of stuff. But she was amazing in this movie. And I went to this movie like, okay, I'm sure I'm gonna have fun watching this. Like, the music was great and all that. But when it opened up, it took a turn for me. When she says, "Have you guys thought about dying?" That stuck with me for that entire movie, y'all. And this movie had a lot more than just the colorful, Barbie stuff. It had a lot of meanings to this movie, which is why I liked it. And she had a lot of levels, I felt like, in her acting. So Margot Robbie for Barbie. Number 3 is back to horror for me, and it is Sophie Wilde with Talk to Me.
Oh, yeah.
So this is probably my favorite movie of last year. Talk to Me is intense. It has a lot to say. I watched it twice in the theater. I thought it was kind of scary. It's like a Ouija, but with a hand. I actually want that hand. Stay tuned. A24 did put one of those out. But this movie's great. And I don't know this actress very well, but in this, she had me. I was rooting for her. I was mad at the girl. This girl she had some things that she did in this movie I did not like. I was like, girl, what is you doing? But she was sucking on feet. But this movie, okay, she transformed pretty well. She was crazy. I gotta watch it. She was sucking off feet. Anyway, so I love this movie, and she did a really good job in this. So I'm excited for Talk to Me 2 and the prequel I think they're doing. Last but not least, I'm a huge fan of Disney, and I love The Little Mermaid, and I'm so excited that they announced the live action one, and Halle Bailey played her, and this movie was great. Like Tony said earlier in the episode, how they reached out upon the storyline. This movie is like 2 hours and a half too. We have all these long ass movies last year, but I liked it. I actually like Jenny McCarthy as well as Ursula, but she was a great Ariel, and that's why I had to throw her up in there, y'all. But the winner of the popular actress goes to, and they're about to win this McNugget buddy, is Margot Robbie from Barbie.
All right.
For her little toy collection.
Margot doesn't need an Oscar. She got a McNugget buddy.
She gets a McNugget buddy. Anyways, but yeah. I know. Here you go. But anyways, I like
Recognizer in your Apple Music library.
Shut up.
You can ask me to play a radio station.
Oh.
What was that?
Was that your talk? Was it going off the rails?
Was that? Who was that? It threw me off. Anyways, Margot Robbie, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was Uptown Mo. Hey.
Yeah.
And Terrell, Julianne Moore was playing Mary Kay Letourneau. Like, that's what that story's based off of. So, like, all of the stuff with Natalie Portman's not real, but it was based off of, like, the true story of the teacher and the student, all that stuff.
Did some things. I was trying my best not to spoil or be too vulgar, but that girl.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
I tried. Yeah.
But great nominations for that, Terrell.
Yes.
And Barbie did really well. It won by a good chunky margin right there.
Yeah.
So that
Yes,
means
it
people
did.
love Margot Robbie. What the Oscar snub? What
Yeah.
happened? Man.
Yeah.
People have
Yeah, there was no competition with this one because her ass, she basically sweeped it compared to everybody else in this category. So Julianne Moore was runner up. So if that tells you guys anything, y'all need to watch that movie.
Yeah, it's so wild, the Barbie stuff with the Oscars, because it's like the two you think would get nominated, Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie. The ones that get nominated. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Margot Robbie gets a producing credit for Best Picture, and then
Oh,
Greta
that's
gets a
true.
screenplay nomination. So it's not. I think people are getting lower grades about that. But
And they
And
got
also,
the-
America Ferrera was nominated too, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
And everyone
Oh, I
keeps
like her.
her.
I think a lot of people is going to look forward to watching the Oscars this year too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, to see if there's a slap part 2. You know,
Oh, I don't know.
that's what I watch for.
Don't forget Will Smith and
Like
Chris
who would
Rock.
slap who? Like Ryan Gosling goes up and slaps Oppenheimer.
They have to do a skit about it though. I bet you there'll be a little comedic just moment with that. If they don't, I mean, come on, they got to do something funny. That's staged this time though. Actually,
They have to do something that will get the views up again. People talking about them again.
That sure kind of did it.
Who's hosting the Oscars this year?
I think Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, okay.
He did a good job last year. I liked him, man.
Yeah. All right, so we've gone through majority of the categories now. We're now on to the most prestigious popular award. The best popular movie overall in 2023.
Oh my god.
No.
Let's see. And this one got 8 nominations. 8 nominations because it's such a big category, so it's going to be amazing to see who the winner is. Huck, you ready to shout out these nominations?
Oh, you betcha. Let's go. All right, look, we got an 8-pack of nuggets here that are super tasty, and I'm happy to dish them out. Okay, right at the top, we're going some little James Gunn here with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Go.
Nice, man. Look, I love this. What I love about this one is it ends the trilogy and makes it one of the best trilogies of all time. Certainly, in my opinion, top 1 or 2 in Marvel. For me, it's my favorite trilogy because they did just what we all wanted. Gave us heart, gave us story. It was awesome.
Action.
Next up, action, all the good stuff, man. Music. Oh yeah. All right, my next nugget is Godzilla -1.
Hey.
Look, this thing was so good. You're emotionally invested so that when Godzilla goes around stomping on everything, like he's got like dog turd on his foot, you care, man. Like there's some scene, won't tell you who or what happens, but like somebody gets whisked away and you're like, oh my God, like you're so bummed. Like, and normally you're just like, yeah, look at that guy go, right? You don't care. But these you cared. So I love that about that. Next up is Wonka, a very surprise, fun, heartfelt, musical, whimsical thing that we needed just at the right time. Tony, I'm like you. We went and saw it. The whole family went and saw it, and we were all just digging it at the end. Way better than the Burton one. And frankly, there are elements that just make me like it even more than Jeans, you know? So that was great. Next up, 4, John Wick. 4, let's go. What can you say? John Wick's at it again, and you got Blind. Oh, it's funny because we got Donnie Yen, right? Donnie Yen plays the blind guy, and he also played the blind guy in Rogue One, so he's good at playing blind guys that can obviously fight like no one's around. You know, it's so great. And I just watched Ip Man yesterday for the first time, and he's the star of Ip Man. Oh my God, is he good? Guys, I want to see all the Ip Mans now. Next up, of course, Oppenheimer. We've said enough. Let's move on.
Yeah, move on to that.
Next up, Barbie. I'm excited for that one because I love Barbie. I thought it was great. Terrell, what you said, you know, the commentate.
Yes.
The stuff in it was so good.
Yes, it was.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, another worthy sequel. Very like Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. You know, it's just as strong as the first. And finally, number 8 is Scream 6.
Oh, yes.
Is our 8-pack of nuggets for best.
That's my pick already.
Popular movie. And look, this is so popular. It calls for 2 awards. 2.
Oh.
So, the winner of the most popular and you get the Oscar and the Volcanamatoso. The Idlehead goes to at 56%. Oppenheimer.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I know. I didn't vote for it.
Favorite movie, y'all.
I mean, and look, to tell you the closest one, this tells you that a drama, that whole Barbenheimer thing worked because it won with 56%. The closest was Guardians in second place with 37. That's not even close.
Wow.
So, there you go. But a good 8-pack to pick from. But congratulations, Oppenheimer, for your 2 awards.
Yes.
Man, I was pushing for Guardians.
I was too. That's what I voted for.
Win. I'm like, it has an early lead, and then
look, Tracy's out of here. She's like,
gone.
She's like, didn't win. I'm out of here.
I had to sneeze, and I thought I tried to mute myself, but I shut my camera off instead. So you all.
That's great. Whichever works
for it.
So was everybody happy with this Oppenheimer win?
It's all right.
Hey, let's go around real quick and say, what did you guys vote for in that category for best popular movie? That would be interesting. I, of course, was Guardians 3 all the way. Fish, what were you, Fish?
Oppenheimer.
Me, it was Barbie. I loved Barbie.
Okay.
Barbie here too.
Yeah.
Tracy, what'd you vote for?
Yeah, I went with Guardians, and I think I'm probably the one that the only one here that feels this way. But I think I personally don't like the third act of Barbie at all, and but I love the first 2 acts, so it's not like I hate that movie in any means. But yeah, I really loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for sure. That was definitely number 1 for me.
No.
And then Terrell, you were Scream 6.
Scream 6, period.
I love it.
If you follow me, you've seen my level up to that. So that's me. I even dressed up. Yeah. So Scream 6 for me. Love that movie. Got my cup here. Got the shirt. I love Scream 6. Jenny Ortega, the whole cast. I don't know what they're gonna do with 7. I don't know. That shit's stop, but hot mess. But no, I went with Scream 6. Honestly,
Nice.
I've rewatched that. I think the most of everything in that category. So it's almost Steve's Oppenheimer. So yeah.
You said you were Guardians as well?
Yeah, I was also Guardians. Steve, were you Oppenheimer, did you say?
Oppenheimer, oh, yeah.
Of course you would.
Because I was going to say, there's almost no one voted on this panel for Oppenheimer. You kind of saved the day. You saved the day. Yeah. And look, most of us, Guardians, all the way.
I think Steve,
I did a Holland
Steve
Oates.
voted from several different accounts.
Yeah, I did Holland Oates said he did that once. He logged them all 30 of my accounts and voted.
That's funny.
Yeah, but if Scream wasn't on there, I would have went with Guardians because that movie is perfect. Had everything. Yep.
Max Field, I get your hype. All right.
Man, but this Oppenheimer won so many awards tonight.
It
took
did.
home like half the awards. People love Oppenheimer. I still don't get it.
I haven't seen it. It looks too long. I don't know. You're gonna sell me on it, Steve.
Yeah, but I'd still like to see Paul Giamatti win Best Actor, though. I would still. I love this movie, so that would not upset me if Paul Giamatti wins over Cillian Murphy for the movies.
I think if anybody's staged for an upset, that's the one.
Right, like give Nolan Best Director, give Paul Giamatti Best Actor. Like, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
I compare it to Brendan Fraser and Austin Butler last year because I thought Austin Butler was going to run away with it, and then Brendan Fraser came out, and started, getting that comeback award kind of thing, and he's from Indianapolis, so I was like,
for The Whale.
I do hope.
Oh
he won.
yeah.
I didn't love The Whale, but I liked his performance in the movie, so I was glad he won. So I was rooting for him, and I was happy that he won. So Paul Giamatti might be that comeback kind of underdog kind of story that he might win best actor.
You know what's crazy? When Sideways was nominated for like everything, Paul Giamatti was not nominated.
You're right.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
It's crazy.
I think American Splinter is one of his best performances. That movie got like one nomination for like a screenplay or something.
Yeah.
That's great in that movie too. So yeah, I think he's due. I think, and I'd love to see Paul Giamatti win.
Same.
And what's good is this is one that's not good enough because we screwed up and we owe you. This one's literally good enough to win.
Yes.
Right.
On its own merit,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Paul.
Yes.
Who else to go for Cillian Murphy though? Who wants Cillian?
I thought he was great, but I'd like to see Paul Giamatti win over him though.
Same.
Because Cillian Murphy's never been nominated before, and he had a great performance and a great movie. But I think Paul Giamatti's that guy. Most people are going to root for.
Yes.
You know?
And Nolan never brings out the emotions really in his films. That's kind of like where he's a little bit limited as a director. I feel like Emily Blunt. I was like the first time you see a woman actually be emotional. I was like, oh my god, this is the first time for Nolan. So Right. Paul Giamatti. There's so much more heart and like soul in that performance. So.
And his acceptance speech at the Critics' Choice is really great too. He's really loose up there, making people laugh. I thought he was great. So I'd root for him. I'd vote for him if I had a vote. So yeah, I hope he does.
And he eats it In-N-Out because he loves the burgers.
That's right. He took it to In-N-Out. Took his Critics' Choice Award to the In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So loose, man.
In-N-Out should do that. Like they should say, if Paul Giamatti wins, you get a free burger if you can get here between this time and this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all have ever seen the GQ YouTube where actors talk about their
so good.
Oh, the actors on actors.
I love watching all of those. You learn so much about all the films that these actors have done. And some of these I never even remembered until I watched those watched those segments. They're amazing.
Okay.
They're great, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti was one of the apes and
exactly.
He was the orangutan.
He loved it.
Yeah.
He wore the costume everywhere, and he ate in it. I mean, he loved it.
Okay.
He's the one that did the "Can we all just get along?" He pulled the whole, get along bit.
All right, so we'll start to land this plane here. We'll go around. Of course, let everybody know where to find you, all that good stuff, anything you got upcoming on your channel, but also anything you're looking forward to in the new year for movies. Are there a couple movies you're excited to see this year? Go ahead, shout those out. And how'd you feel about being a part of the Academy for the Poplars this year? So, Fish, take it away.
All right. Well, first of all, Mike, thank you very much again for having me. Anytime you invite me on, I'm always honored. But you can find me at Fish_the Film Collector on YouTube and Instagram. I am actually working on an episode of Have You Heard Of? I need to put the finishing touches on that. And I've actually got some thumbnails made up. So that's going to kick my ass into gear and actually do these because I've been slacking. But I'm excited about what I hope to hopefully pique your interest in, and hopefully you'll check them out. But as far as movies this year, I'm excited for One Love, the Bob Marley the biopic. Sorry, Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice 2, Inside Out 2. It's like a Deadpool 3. It's like a sequel year. So
that's all we can do now.
I think it's going to be great. And then of course Dune. Yeah, another sequel. Yeah.
Right.
But that's what I'm excited for this year.
Nice. Over to Tony.
Yes, so thanks again for letting me be a part of this second annual Popular show. And you can find me down here in the basement. I do love collecting physical media, watching movies, talking movies. I do put out a video every single day, and I do watch a movie every single day. So you can, if you like to find out what I've been watching, you can follow me over on Letterboxd. But it's been a great time with all these panelists talking about all these movies, except for Oppenheimer. Not enough of Oppenheimer tonight. Movies I'm looking forward to are probably pretty much like what Fish was saying. All these sequels coming out. I look forward to Ghostbusters and all of these other great films. I don't know. Do we have a good horror movie coming out this year? I don't think I've heard
Maxine, maybe.
Oh yes, definitely looking forward to Maxine. But yeah, thanks, Fish and Mike and everybody else.
All right, and over to Terrell.
All right. Yeah. So for me, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Terrell88, on YouTube at The Overlook Theater. And I do a lot of Blu-ray Tuesday updates. I review movies and talk about crazy stories. It's fun. So check that out. But thanks for having me. It's always fun being on these things, talk about movies. And last year I had a lot of good movies. So Oppenheimer, I haven't seen. Maybe I should. I don't know. But it's just that runtime is it got me. I don't know. I can't do it. But for movies for 2024, I'm gonna go all horror. So I'm looking forward to Abigail. That shit looks crazy.
Abigail.
The directors of the Scream 6 and other movies, Radio Silence is doing
like
that.
the vampire ballerina.
Yeah,
it looks weird.
And
Oh,
Max
yeah,
Steeney, of
yeah, I
course.
saw the trailer for that. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yep, and then also the Strangers reboot that they're doing. They filmed 3 back to back,
Right.
and that's dropping
Right.
this year as well. And I'm excited for that. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to some of the horror releases this year, and of course the Ghostbusters and all that kind of stuff. I want to see that as well. So, yeah,
Yeah, I would love to see with the what was it called? The Strangers, that 3-parter, if they release them like every few months and have them
Yeah.
all 3 come out in the same year. How cool would that be?
that'll be epic. Yep,
They could do something like that.
yep.
All
And
right.
slashers
Steve.
are making a comeback, which is I'm excited for. I love slashers, and yeah, we're getting a lot of them. So.
All right, Steve.
All right. Well, yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Excelsior Movie Reviews, YouTube, the same title. Letterboxd. You can find me on there. It's all under Excelsior Movie Reviews. But some of the movies that I'm really excited about. The Fall Guy. I think that looks really good. I like Deadpool 3. We'll check that. It's supposed to come out this year. We'll see. But Argyle. I think that looks really great with Henry Cavill. I think that looks really amazing. For Ferosa, the Mad Max. I guess.
Oh
that's
yeah.
which doesn't have Mad Max apparently in it, but and Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Yeah. So those are some of my favorites. Craven the Hunter. And maybe Joker 2. That might kind of scare me, but it must be a musical. But we'll see. See if
Everything
that's
is nowadays.
yeah, it's different. At least they're trying something different. But who knows if a musical is going to work with Joker and Lady Gaga? But yeah, I
her.
appreciate it. Seeing everybody tonight. Fantastic to see all of you, and good luck with your channels. I appreciate it though.
All right, and over to Tracy.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, Letterboxd, Twitter at Nerdy Film Girl. And thank you so much, Mike, for inviting me. This is really fun. I love award season so much. I'm going to be doing a lot more content for the Oscars and things like that moving forward. But the films I'm really excited for, I have to say, Zendaya's new movie Challengers. It was supposed to come out last September. I'm really excited. I like psychological sex thrillers a lot, and I'm really excited for that movie. Deadpool, obviously, I really hope it's good. Folie à Deux, Joker 2, I'm really, really pumped for. I love Joaquin Phoenix so much in that role. I'm really curious to see what they do. So yeah, I'm excited. There's a lot of good stuff. And we also have the Wicked movie coming out, which has been 15 years in the waiting for a lot of people. So I'm curious to see how that happens. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, Last American Girl.
I'm also excited for Wicked, especially with all I think the drama that's been surrounding it is kind of what's giving it the most publicity. But I mean, I remember seeing it around this age in middle school. I went to go see it at the Pantages, and I loved it so much. So yeah, I'm super excited for that one. In the realm of musicals, Folie à Deux. I love Lady Gaga as an actress and as a singer. And of course Joaquin Phoenix, and also it shares the same title as the Fall Out Boy album, so that's something that I'm stoked for.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's at least some kind of callback to them. The new Inside Out sequel, I'm excited for Maya Hawke to see what she brings as anxiety, and
I love her. She's so good.
Yeah. And I know there's a prequel to The Quiet Place as well coming out.
Yeah.
Really? Day one?
So that one looks, if it's anything like the regular one, I think I'd be down. And I don't have YouTube still. But y'all can find me on Instagram at Last American Girl. I'm very bad at posting, turns out. I haven't posted any shows since May, but when I do, I like going to a lot of shows, a lot of shows. So follow me for music content, or even if you just want to talk music, especially that Folie à Deux that I'm telling you.
Okay.
All right, over to Huck.
All right. Well, Mike, thanks a lot for having me on. Everybody, it's great hanging out with everybody. And thank you to the audience who stuck around and chit chatted all night. You guys are rad. And yeah, you know, I feel like Steve, you and I are we should just hang out in the theater together because you like right there with you. Argyle, I'm so excited. Argyle, Fall Guy, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm a big Apes fan. So I'm looking forward to seeing. Dude, can I tell you? I had no idea that was even being made. Like suddenly the trailer just dropped, and I'm like, "Excuse me, there's an ape movie that I didn't know about." Like,
we were done with them.
That's right.
I know, because I even heard that they were going to go back to basics and start doing prosthetic makeup again, which I'm a huge fan of. Like that's why I love the Burton one. It's because I love actors in makeup because you get a little bit more emotion. But there it is. There's a new ape movie, so cool with that. I guess I'm kind of psyched for the Godzilla King Kong where they're just hauling ass towards the camera like some, Michael Bay movie. I'm like, what is this? But all right. And Dune 2. I really enjoyed the first Dune. With my wife, we loved it. And I'm like, I just want to see where it goes from there. And I'm super curious how Beetlejuice 2 is going to turn out. So I hope
you're getting the new special popcorn bucket for Dune.
Hell yeah. It looks like a real keeper. Keep it close by. You never know when you're going to need to, get yourself some popcorn. What is up with that bucket?
Oh my God.
What? Better get a spare just in case you're
going to hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself, Huck.
Now I'm just thinking back to Saltburn, and I'm like,
oh damn, that Colonel's hot.
That bucket was in Saltburn. We know how that would have went.
Too much butter?
Yeah, watch out for the kernels in there. Yep.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, everybody out there, thank you, amazing audience, chatting it up tonight. You guys were fantastic. Amazing Academy panel members here tonight. Everybody's links are in the description below, so definitely stop by their channel, show them some love, watch their amazing content. That's the most important part. As for my channel, you know me, usually a video a day, physical media, movies, live streams every week, keep you up to date and entertain, of course. And then as you think about if you should give me another sub or another like, this is all I want in the back of your mind.
Help me get one more.
That's all you gotta do. Help me get one more. That's
One more.
all you gotta do. But yes, we will call it a night, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great year. Yeah.
Until next year.
Oh, and I forgot to say, Morning Mug tomorrow morning. Stop on by. I didn't say anything about my channel. Tomorrow morning, come to the Morning Mug.
Morning Mug.
Cafe. All right.
5, 4, 3. Truman needs to know what's next. 2.
The first one, the high heel.
You have to want to know. Okay? Do it again.
So quiet up and listen down.
We share a certain history.
I still have a lot of work that needs to be done.
I'm coming for it all.
He's not going to stop.
It's all about
Family!
I'm done running.
Wahoo!